Well, so here's today's project, and you say, what the heck is this all about? And that's what I'm about to show you. So stay tuned for what are we doing with this. So we have all this beautiful handmade glass paperweights that we would like to display outside. So just let me take a second and show you. What inspired us with this is some of the gardens, one of the gardens up in Alaska, where they had a glass blowing and garden areas. Let me show you that real quick. And this is kind of how we've been working up different ways to display it, and that's kind of what it looks like when we do it. By the way, these glass paperweights were made by my dad. So a little side note. So those are what we're displaying them on. And these are just sitting on here so you can see. And you might say, well, how do I get a hold of those? Well, I'll show you. We have long used solar lights there's some around there in our garden for nice evening accents. They give a nice light and they're pretty good for the environment. So that's great, but they do wear out after a while and the insides get rusty and corroded, and pretty soon we have to throw them away. So attempting to repurpose these stands, and you can see that if you take the glass, obviously this and the glass off, you're left with this kind of pretty little base to it. And we're back full circle to these. So these are the base of a solar light that we've taken the glass off of and then modified it slightly so that these tops will, I'll pull one out here, so that these tops hook on like this. They don't normally hook on like that. There's a little different attachment, but we've modified them. And I'll show you why it's important for a lot of the glass. I just showed you, it's a nice presentation in the garden, but there's a practical reason too. If we use this area as an example, in our area we put pine straw down to use as a kind of a mulchy ground cover. But there's a nice piece of glass right there. But you can see that it wouldn't take very much for the wind to blow, and pretty soon we have lost that piece of glass. So the practical aspect is also, not only is it down low like that, but it can get lost and get damaged. So we put one of these in and put that on top, and now it sits up a little higher so that it's a more prominent presentation. So part of this project is that we want to make sure that our little stands look good, so that's why they're all over in the box over there. Let's go back over. Is that they get weather beaten. Here's a couple examples. That's what that barrel of that looks like. It kind of gets all nasty and oxidized. And these are ones that are slated to get painted as well. So we want to freshen them up with a little bit of paint. And then today's project is that we'd like to attach the glass to the base and use probably some painter's caulk to do that. And the reason is because these tend to lean over and they fall off. They're kind of top heavy because the glass is pretty heavy. They're top heavy, and so gluing them on will make it so they don't fall off of there. So that's our project today too. We're going to continue cleaning these up and painting them, and we'll glue some on and then put them out in the yard. And just for reference, this is what these looked like before I take the glass and everything off of them. So yeah, you kind of sort of see how that could transition to there. But let's get to gluing some glass on those ones that are painted. All right, so put a little chrome paint, spray paint in there, simply because the glass does better if there's reflection and light coming through it, so the light that goes down through can reflect off better if I do a kind of a shiny coat in there, so that chrome will do nicely. So that'll help to give them a little bit more pop as they are out in the garden. And by the way, I just did a very simple job. I just chopped a hole in it in a piece of cardboard. You put it over the thing, spray it, and move on to the next one. Thing over the thing, spray it, move on to the next one. So pretty simple. Just cut a hole about the size of the things, and it didn't have to be perfect because the glass will be sitting over it, so that one got a little bit of overspray, but it should be just fine. So here's some various configurations that we're looking at and toying with, but I think those stands work well with those, and maybe these work, but we're going to try a little bit of something different. We're going to spray the inside of the glass, these lower glass ones, with the chrome paint and make kind of a mirrored effect. See if that looks good. You can see it's starting to turn out nicely. And the silver on the bottom, you can't see it overtly, but on some of these, like this particular one, you can kind of see down in there that it's got the silver showing through, or that one there. So I think that's going to help give them a little bit more light up through the glass. Well, for different glass, I'm trying different techniques. So these round ones fit pretty nicely on these stands. Now those tall ones, kind of the egg-shaped ones, I'm trying them out back on those stands, but we'll see how that works out. And I've glued these down so they don't keep falling off. But this is a different one altogether. This one is kind of that shape, kind of a half round. And what I've done is, I'll show you in just a second, glued it on top of this. That's, again, an old solar light. So it looks like this. Looks like this when I've done it is I painted everything black. Painted the outside of this black and the inside chrome. And the idea is that once we take this, back up a little bit, once we take that and put it on there, the light that goes through is reflected back out by the chrome. That's the hope. And it seems to be pretty nice. So it's just another technique I'm trying out. I'm not doing anything terribly fancy to glue these on. I'm just using this stuff, which was kind of left over from other projects. It's a quick seal tile adhesive caulk, and I've used the clear stuff. Whoops, did I get that in there? There we go. Tile adhesive caulk, and it's clear. And I just go around here with a bead around the edge. Like this. There we go. And then I take the glass and set it on there. So it's another one of these, the half rounds I just showed you. Just set it on there. And then I try to go underneath it and just wipe my finger to give it a clean bead, just like if you were putting caulk down. There we go. That's it. So that's all there is to it. Nothing fancy. If you have glass you're putting out in the garden. Probably an unusual thing. But you can see the light coming through. That's very pretty. This is another example of one that I'm going to glue down here. This is a little different than those half rounds. It's kind of what you'd call a squashed down. It's not round, it's squashed. But I'm going to glue that on there. And that should be very pretty as well. Same technique. Put a bead of glue on. And then carefully place the glass on there. around and wipe the bead off. And we're done. So for these taller ones, I'm going to go with this kind of a stand, but I'll show you how I've glued those in. Again, I'm just using the same glue for everything, so this is the same one. And in this case, I'm going to go around and kind of put it sort of on the top and on the side here, trying to get a good bed of caulk for the glass to stick to this. It's not going to be super duper permanent, but it'll keep them from falling off, which has been the problem in the past, is they're top heavy and unwieldy. And so this will just help a little bit to hold them in place. There we go. The other thing this does is I've been trying to overcome this issue that when you got things outside, water can accumulate. And so I'm trying to get things so that they don't form puddles of water in them, because it does two things. The water becomes icky, and it will freeze if it's over the winter time, and that's not good for anything. Just try to get it so that it's centered and standing upright. And that looks pretty good. We get a little bit more this way. When my dad made these, he was being very artistic about it, but they don't always sit totally flat. He was trying to get them to do that, but there we go. Here's a pretty green one, again, kind of egg-shaped. You can see it's pretty tall there. So we'll do the same thing. Got these sitting, I'm using my work horse station. It's got holes in it, so I can put them in there and they stand upright, and I've got a box underneath them. So I'll show you this. So I've got it poked down through the box just in case the glass falls off. It'll hit this cardboard, be much less likely to break, and it won't go rolling off of here. So, okay, there we go. It's all glued up. We'll set it off to dry. Well, here's one arrangement of our backyard glass with the sun coming through it. Hopefully you can see some of those nice and sparkly. They look pretty good. There's our wind chimes that we did on another video on. I'll put a link up there on that one. And another grouping of yard glass. Yard art. Very lovely. I know that it looks beautiful and helps remind me of all the fun my dad had making them. So as a thought for you all, if you do want to try doing this, you might find a local college that has a glass blowing program, and they may have a lot of extra glass that you could get for fairly inexpensive if you want to decorate your yard like this. So worthwhile checking it out. And maybe you too can have some beautiful glass out in your yard to really brighten it up. All right, thanks for watching. Good luck with your yards. Please like and subscribe. All right, bye.